Who did 9/11? Straight up, who did 9/11?
It was multiple entities, multiple. So obviously, the United States knew it was going to happen. The Saudis were involved.
Larry Silverstein.
As well, yep, and Israel. Those three different components, basically, we're all working together, whether they know it or inadvertently, known or inadvertently, work together to allow 9/11 to transpire.
So what do you think about, so Charlie Kirk got asked about that question and he kind of dodged around it, and what do you think about how that whole situation came about? Because I feel like he knew and he kept dodging around the question. Like, was he scared, or like, what do you think?
Look, out of respect for Charlie, he's passed away. So what I will say is I'll kind of just address, I'm assuming you're talking about the dancing Israelis?
Yeah.
So I guess for, who here is familiar with the dancing Israelis? Okay, people are, but I see a good amount aren't. I'll quickly go over this. On September 11th, 2001, which a lot of you guys probably weren't even born back then, but now I'm showing my age. 5 Israelis were caught and arrested by the FBI and immigration after being caught celebrating on top of a apartment building complex in New Jersey, which they had the vantage point of seeing the towers being hit. But the thing is they were there before the towers were hit, taking pictures, documenting it, and a woman saw them celebrating after the first tower was hit and reported to the cops. They were able to intercept them and grab them up. When they interviewed the individuals, they lied and said that they were there to, we were just there, playing the dumb. But 2 of them, if I'm not mistaken, had hits for foreign intelligence services out of Israel, Mossad or Unit 8200, whatever you want to call it. So obviously that caused a red flag, and a couple of them failed their polygraphs as well. But instead of being sent to Guantanamo Bay or actually charged, they were deported back to Israel. And when they went back to Israel, they admitted they had foreknowledge and that they were there to document the event. So why am I telling you this? We have foreign intelligence operatives from a friendly country celebrating and documenting the worst terrorist attack in American history. I don't consider that an ally. So, because they obviously had foreknowledge that it was going to happen.
Yeah. So, how can we get Jewish presence out of the government?
Well, you got to start with AIPAC and the lobbying organizations, and we got to get rid of dual citizenship within the government. And we need to really have an America First policy where we're not fighting wars for Israel's benefit. Because if you look at all the Middle Eastern wars, in many different ways, whether overt or covert, we participated in things to help stabilize Israel because they're surrounded by their enemies.
Sick. All right, well, so Hitler was right.
Well, here's the thing, because I've said that before. I said Hitler was right about them.
Yeah.
What I mean by that is Hitler was right about them controlling the media, controlling the government, being involved in finance, using their power, positions of power for the benefit of their own people, which is, actually very smart that they do that.
Yeah.
International Jewry, etc. But this is all considered like conspiracy theory, evil stuff to talk about, but it's very true. Henry Ford was the first person to talk about this in his pamphlets, The International Jew. So it's true. And then you fast forward almost 100 years later, we're in a war with Iran for them.
I got one more.
Sure.
Who do you think killed Charlie Kirk?
I don't know, and that's what bothers me.
Do you have any guesses? Any pointers?
Man, it's because the official narrative has problems, but then also the alternative narratives have problems. So I think, at this point, I'm just waiting until all the evidence comes out to make a final decision. But it's just not good because they haven't been transparent about this case at all, which is kind of weird. I know they're going to go to trial, if I'm not mistaken, at the end of this year, is the last I heard. So I'm definitely going to go to that trial and look at it because a lot of things come out of trial that you otherwise would not see.
Yeah. Sick. Can I get a picture?
Yeah, sure. You can take a selfie over there?
Yeah. It's nice talking to you.
No worries, man. Pleasure to talk to you, too.